If you're in retail right now, you are feeling the squeeze, big time. On one side, the cost to get new customers in the door just keeps going up and up. And on the other, there's this huge, almost invisible drain on your budget, cloud waste. So in this explainer, we're going to break down how you can turn that wasted cash into your new secret weapon.
All right, first up, let's talk about the pressure from the outside. The cost to acquire a single new customer has skyrocketed by a whopping 60% in just the last 5 years. I mean, that is massive. It means every single marketing dollar has to work harder than ever before just to keep the lights on.
Okay, so that's the outside pressure. Now let's look at what's happening inside your own house. While you're shelling out more and more to get customers, a recent Flixera report found that the average retail company is wasting 28% of its cloud budget. That's more than a quarter of your tech spend just, poof, gone, without doing a single thing for your business.
So this all leads to a really powerful question, right? What if your technology costs lined up perfectly with your sales? I mean, just think about it. What if your cloud bill was basically zero on a quiet Tuesday morning, but could scale up instantly and perfectly for that huge Black Friday rush? This is the core idea we're going to unpack. Okay, to really get why the solution is so game-changing, we have to dig deep into the problem itself. And it really boils down to this fundamental mismatch between how retailers spend money on their tech and how they actually make money from their customers. So here's the clash, right? On one side, you've got your traditional tech setup. You're paying a big, fixed cost every single month, and you've planned it for your busiest day of the year. That means you are constantly paying for capacity you're not even using. But your revenue? It's completely different. It's transactional, it bounces around every single day. The two models are just completely out of sync.
And look, this isn't just some boring line item on a spreadsheet. It actually creates what the source material for this explainer calls strategic blindness. You completely lose sight of what it really costs to get a customer, to serve them, to sell them a product. And that lack of vision, it absolutely hobbles your ability to make smart decisions.
So, this blindness, what does it actually cost? Let's stop being abstract and make this super real.
Okay, check this out. It's a real-world example. You've got a mid-market retailer with a $50,000 a month cloud bill. But if you look closer, their servers are only busy about 35% of the time. That means almost 2/3 of that spend, that's $32,500 every single month, is for capacity that's just sitting there doing nothing. It's pure waste.
And that waste? Oh, it creates some serious ripple effects across the whole company. Your marketing team, they have no idea what the real cost to acquire a customer is because the tech costs are just this big black box. Your product teams, they're building cool new features without knowing if they actually cost more to run than the money they bring in. And the big one, it's basically impossible to accurately model your economics to grow the business profitably.
But here's the thing. What if you could just break that cycle? There's a tech shift that doesn't just nudge the numbers, it completely flips the board, and it's called serverless computing. So what the heck is it, right? Well, think of it like this. With serverless, you totally stop paying for servers that are just sitting around waiting. Instead, you only pay for the fraction of a second of computing power you use to process a customer's order, right when it happens. No transaction, zero cost. It's that simple.
Yeah, the old way was all about having these servers fired up 24/7, just waiting around. This new, serverless way is totally different. Resources are called up on demand just for that one transaction. It's a huge shift from paying for potential use to paying only for actual use.
All right, so this sounds amazing for the tech budget, obviously. But the real magic, the real payoff, is when this cost-saving thing transforms into a powerful business strategy. This is where we go from just trimming the fat to gaining a serious competitive edge.
So, what does that advantage actually look like in practice? Well, first, you completely wipe out that massive baseline cost for idle servers. Second, you suddenly get this unbelievable, crystal-clear view into the cost of every little thing a customer does. And third, you can finally precisely calculate the marginal cost to serve just one more customer, which, if you want to model profitable growth, is the holy grail.
And this is the big takeaway here. Your cloud bill stops being this fixed, heavy operational burden, and it turns into this nimble, strategic lever that you can actually use to drive growth.
Okay, I know this all sounds incredibly powerful, but let's be real, it's not as simple as just flipping some technical switch. To make this actually work, it demands a real shift, not just in your tech, but in your entire company culture. The way to get there involves 3 absolutely critical steps. This is the heart of a practice called FinOps. First, you have to see the cost.
you got to connect every expense to a specific feature or team. Second, you have to optimize the cost. This means making cost per transaction a core metric, just as important as speed. And third, you have to govern the cost. Every single tech decision needs to be understood through the lens of its financial impact.
And this part is so important. This whole FinOps thing, it can't just live with the engineers in a silo. It absolutely requires a shared understanding. You need everybody, finance, marketing, product, engineering, all at the same table, speaking the same language.
All right, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. What we're talking about isn't just some clever accounting hack. It's really becoming a new foundation for how modern retail businesses are going to grow and compete in the future.
You know, the source material for this explainer says it perfectly. This alignment represents more than technical optimization. It's a fundamental strategic capability for modern retail organizations. It's not just about tweaking things, it's a core strength.
So the thing to remember is that this is not some one-and-done cost-cutting project. It's really about building a lasting, durable discipline, FinOps, into the DNA of your company. That's what will allow you to scale smartly, make better investments, and actually grow profitably in what is a really tough market.
And that really leaves us with one last big question that you should be asking yourself. Right now, is your company's cloud spend a hidden tax that's holding back your growth? Or could it be your next big competitive advantage? Thanks for watching.